And I'm recording. Hello, you guys. Hope you're all having a good day or morning or afternoon, whatever time you're watching the replay from this. Hopefully, this live is okay. And if you do have any questions after, please don't hesitate to message me or anything like that. I always love to answer and see if I can help you guys in any way. So I am super excited to chat with you today. And share some tangible tips about how to get your new coaches started and hit the ground running right away. I know for me, I've been a coach for 4 years, so it took me a while to learn how to be able to help my coaches, how to be able to help them see success right away, and really just allow them to hit the ground running as soon as they started. So I'll sort of share a little bit about me. I have been a coach, like I said, for 4 years. But honestly, it's been a very rocky road for me. As soon as I signed up as a coach, I was like ready to go all in. I hit diamond within 4 months of my business. And then once I hit diamond, I sat at diamond for 2 years. I was someone that was very shy, very introverted. I didn't really know how to help my team build to diamond or help my team build their business. I just didn't really know what my place was in order to be a leader. And so it took me a long time to sort of learn how to do these things and to be able to help my team because I was a person that just ran right away. So I didn't really understand how to help other people and meet them where they're at in their business. So it wasn't until last year, in January of 2019, I was a diamond coach, and we are officially a 9-star diamond team. We locked in elite for 2021, and our team has just exploded this year. And I think it's because we implemented these groups for our new coaches, for our our emerald coaches, for anyone that was just ready to run with it. And I think these groups, this accountability, these types of push groups was what we were missing. And I am so glad we found our groove, and that we were able to kind of make the ripple effect to my downline and their downline and so on. So I'm super excited to share this with you guys and can't wait to see where you guys take this with your teams and your business. So the first thing I wanted to share with you guys is that we created our own training. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that your uplines training is not good enough. That's not it. Our uplines training was amazing. And we thought it was a really good training that was put together, but we wanted it to be our own. We wanted our coaches to come in and be able to learn from us because that's who they're looking up to. Like we're the people that they want to actually hear from. And so we created our own coach training. It literally took a weekend, not even. And I started the new coach training with 2 of my PS coaches. So I think we created this a year ago or so, and it's been so helpful for our teams. They're learning from us. They're learning how we were able to build our businesses and how we're continuing to build our business from the very beginning. So I'm going to kind of share with you what we put in our new coach training. Feel free to use it. Whatever is going to be helpful for you, please take that and take it with your team. So we plug them into the new coach training and we have 6 units. The first unit we have is first steps as a new coach. So, the how to fill out their banking information, their forms. And another thing too is we challenge them to do their coming out as a coach post within 24 to 48 hours of being a coach. So we shared in an album section in our new coach training some examples of new coaches that shared their coming out as a coach post, just so they can kind of see different ways of how they can do their post so that they know there's not just one way on how to do it. So that's the first unit. Another thing too is we have them comment on the video saying when they're done. And then that way we know they're actually taking the time to do these videos. And another thing, the videos don't have to be super long. Our videos are from tops 3 minutes. So we didn't overload them with a bunch of information about what to do and next steps. We just sort of were basic to the point and we're just sharing with them how to get started. So we talked about how to be an active coach and why you should be an active coach, what 50 PV means and 90 PV means, because if they're coming into this and they don't know how to be an active coach, that's one of the most important things is being active. So you're a product of the product. And then we shared our business activity tracker and the importance of that. And then in our files section, we had a business activity tracker that they could print off, or if we talked about the app as well. The second unit was we talked about posting on social media, the importance of social media. This video actually was a little bit longer. It's probably about 10 minutes. And it was just talking about how to do curiosity marketing and the importance of also sharing your whole life and not just fitness. So we talked about the importance of posting on social media and being consistent. So that was a really good unit that we made sure that was included in our training. In the third unit, we talked about inviting. So this was like a really quick video. We didn't get any into detail about it. We shared a couple different invites that they can use, who to invite. We gave them a little challenge, like invite 10 people that you think would love this, that people you know, like, and trust. And we sort of just gave them that little challenge at the very beginning in our coach training. And then we also talked about who to follow and how to sort of build your Instagram account a little bit in the video in that unit as well. And then unit 4, we talked about Success Club, Emerald, and the importance of being a success starter. So again, right off the gate, they're learning about that and the importance of it right away. We do have a little video. It's actually just a video off YouTube about Team Cycle bonuses and the importance of that, because they do need to learn that at the beginning as well. Like, they want to know why they have to be an Emerald and how they're getting these bonuses. And that video is probably like a minute long. So again, very quick video for them to watch. And then we also have a photo of what Emerald looks like so that they can sort of see sort of how it looks like for them. And then unit 5 is resources. So like where they can get their business activity tracker, where they can get their W8BEN form, what time our team calls are at, like little things like that, or like apps they can use for their social media. So that was just like a resources page they could check out. And then the last unit, unit 6, was a vision board team call, so that no matter when they're joining us, they can see that we as a team were able to do a like team-wide vision board, and that they can create their own whenever they join. So it doesn't have to be a January vision board. They could join in April and they could still do a vision board themselves, so that they can sort of see what they're working towards in their business at the very beginning. And then once they finish that, it can literally take like an hour, not even. And I asked them to write down any questions they have about any of the trainings. Sorry, excuse me, guys. My throat is so dry. About any of the trainings, and then we will schedule a one-to-one call. And again, before a one-to-one call, they would have had to post their new coach post, write down any questions they had, and finish units 1 to 6 in our new coach training. And then once we pop on our one-to-one call, we talk about their goals in the business. We don't go into like crazy detail. Like, I think it's so important to not overload our new coaches with so much information, because then they'll just end up doing nothing at all. So I think it's so important to just go over the basics with them and then sort of let them see where this business can take them. I like to go over what their goals are, so I sort of know how much I can push them in the business. So if there's someone that's just like wanting to do this as a hobby, no problem. I'm not going to push them. But if they're like, I want to do this full time, I want to build a business, sweet. I'm going to put you into our new coach pod, where we check in every single night with our business activity trackers. And that way they can sort of like stay on top of their business and move it as fast as they can. Another thing too is during our one-to-one call, I have them sort of talk to me about why they're here. Why did they decide to become a coach? And the importance of being a product of the product and following a program, because the most important part is sharing your journey. And if they're not doing that from the get-go, then people aren't really going to know what they're doing. So sharing their journey and showing people that this is working for them and letting them know like that's a really big part of your business is being a product of the product. So like I said before, after a one-to-one call, depending on where I know where they're sort of at, I'll plug them into a new coach pod. And this is for anyone who is either coach rank, a new coach, somebody that dropped their Emerald rank, they're in this pod. And I let them know they can use it to ask questions, so they're not always relying on me to ask questions. And so I can sort of send them, FAQs, so that they kind of use it as a resource to not always come to me or their upline for questions, so that they can kind of be their own, like become a leader at the very beginning. And so in this new coach pod, I will throughout the week give them challenges. Like today, I challenge you guys to send 30 invites. Today, I challenge you guys to go talk in your Instagram stories to talk about coaching. Today, I challenge you guys to fill out your business activity tracker and check in with it tonight. Another thing too is I take these pods really seriously. So if they're not using them to check in every single night, I remove them from the pod and let them know why. And then they can come back in if they decide that they wanted to go all in. So I really take those pods seriously and just let them know like the importance of the pod and that everyone in there is using it to be able to move their business forward. So if they're not going to use it, then that's not fair to the people that are running in the business. So when they sign up their first coach, celebrate that, move them on to a halfway there pod. Once they're in the halfway there pod, I'm continuing to send the same challenges within the other pods. Once they hit Emerald, move on to the Emerald pod, and so on. So if, say for example, they hit Emerald, 2 weeks later they drop down, I move them back to the new coach pod so that they're constantly like being reminded of like, okay, I better get on this. I better get my ish together, and so that I can continue to move my business forward. That way they're like graduating from pod to pod so that they're kind of seeing where they're at. And then they're also staying in the pod with people that are at the same pace as them, which is also nice and can create success partners within those pods. So those have been really helpful for my team. And I really celebrate, month 1 success starter, month 2 success starter, month 3 success starter. Obviously that's like the biggest part of being a success starter, but I really just celebrate those stepping stones for being a success starter. And then, I just have them do daily check-ins. Again, I think it can be so easy to overcomplicate it and make it seem like sending them all this information and overload them with information. But remember, if you confuse them, you lose them. You don't want to confuse people at the get-go because then they're going to be so overwhelmed. You just have to really take it step by step so they're not feeling like, oh, I can't do all this, like this is way too much. Just making sure that you're making it simple, but also keeping them accountable within their first few the first few months of their journey of being a coach. So yeah, those are like sort of my steps for onboarding new coaches. Other than that, if I find that they're struggling or they're feeling discouraged, I have a call with them to kind of go over like what they're not doing, because a lot of the time it can be hard for the leader to be like, you need to try to do more of this and more of this. But I found when I was being more of a tough love leader, it was just really able to help them sort of see like, okay, I need to start doing this more kind of thing. So I go over a small checklist with them to see if they're like actually missing something that they could be doing more of. So for example, am I sharing transformation photos every 6 to 9 photos on my Instagram? Am I sharing my workouts? Am I sharing my struggles in my workouts? Am I sharing my personal life? Am I doing a coaching sneak peek? Am I sending free workouts? Like anything to sort of be able to move their business forward, or maybe certain things that they didn't even realize they were missing and can do more of. I just sort of go over those basic things as well. But anyways, I hope that was helpful. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to message me and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you all have a great week. 30-day breakaway. It's been amazing. I'm loving it, but I am super sore. But anyways, guys, hope you all have a good night or day whenever you're watching this. And I hope that was helpful.